So starting at the ECU end, we've got the connectors there for the S2. We've got a grommet here which will run out into the transmission tunnel. We've got all your fuses and relays for the ignition and fuel pump. These are all wired, and it literally is, these are the wires for the fuel pump to run down the car. Now they're both positive. It's already wired through the fuse block and the relay. So that'll run down the car and do your fuel pumps. If you want one pump or two, connect them as you need. If you only want to run one pump, you'll just not wire the second pump. Then we come to this harness here. This will run up across under the dash, and this does the drive-by-wire pedal, so it goes to the factory Rx8 pedal. We've got the ignition switched power. Everything is labelled. That's our can 1, so that will go for ECU. Now when we run up under the car, we've got a couple of breakouts here, and it'll all make sense when you actually go to fit this up in the car. So we've got our flex fuel sensor. We generally run the flex fuel sensor under the car. There is enough cable there for it to be up in the engine bay, but if you're familiar with the Rx8s, they get pretty busy in the engine bay. We've got the oil pressure sensor, and we've got a ground. We've got on this one, that's for the wideband. Now, if you choose not to run a wideband, that will just remain unplugged, so it's no big deal. Running back up along, we've got our ignition harness. So these are set up for LS2 coils. It's probably the most common coil that we use. Not to say it's the best coil available, but for the application, the LS2s are quite a good output, smart coil, and we use the billet boss bracket, so they mount up on the engine under the intake manifold, and it becomes a factory fit. So it's neat and tidy, and it's very simple for the end user. Running across from here, this is where we've made some big improvements. So again, we've got another ground. This will go to a MAC valve for your boost control. This is where we've made the most improvement. So this plug here will in fact plug straight into the Mazda wiring. It is a modified Mazda plug, which is then pinned and potted. So if you looked at one of the earlier ones we did, we had a whole bunch of DTM plugs inside the plastic box up the front behind the right hand headlight, and it basically connected a lot of stuff to the factory Mazda wiring. Now, plug straight in. The Series 2, we are still trying to get that plug. Worst case scenario, we will have the plug made. We'll get an injection molded, but that just, yeah, that neatens everything up so much, and it makes it so easy to fit. We come back down to here, and we've got our AC compressor, so that'll plug straight into the AC compressor. That grounds as a small 5mm bolt on top of the AC compressor. Your crank angle sensor, so that'll go down to your Rx8 crank angle sensor. What else we got? We've got our drive-by-wire throttle, coolant temp sensor. Then we run up into the injector harness. We've got the plug, so it'll plug into the standard alternator, and you've got your primary 1, primary 2, secondary 1, secondary 2. Now these are all labelled. It's what I would call pretty much foolproof, and these are quite a good quality wiring harness for someone who is at home, wants to do it themselves, or another shop who might be doing a conversion and wants to save themselves some time and headache in the actual wiring. Like I said, these are all TEF cell. See, it's actually quite a thin wire. It's quite a good quality wire. Very light, very flexible when you compare it to, say, your conventional wiring harness. Like if you had a haltech flyer, that's a lot more flexible. So that's the haltech harness for the REW swap on an Rx8. It is, I mean, we've only done it on right-hand drive vehicles, but I'm sure there's enough cable there to move stuff around if there's anything that is in a different position on a left-hand drive vehicle. Now these sell for $4,500. They're quite good value when you consider what, if you were to get a flying lead from Haltech, it's about $500 or $600 there, then to have an electrician come out and spend 2 to 3 days to wire it all, it makes these harnesses very, very good value for you. So if it's something that you are interested in, hit us up, Matt at mattmrenforcer@gmail.com. That is probably the best way to get in contact with us. The phones, we're just busy. We just don't, unfortunately, just can't answer every call. But I do go through all the emails of an evening. Also, we have these in a complete package, so we can sell you the ECU, the sensors, the wideband, the injectors, basically everything with the map in it, ready to go. It makes life very, very simple for someone who is doing it at home in the garage, or like I said, even at a shop who just want something to. We've done all the groundwork, we've done the hard work for you. It's actually bolt in and away you go. Now that price is that I quoted, that's in Australian dollars. So anyone who's overseas wants to convert it to US dollars, that's about $550 at the current exchange rate. So that's a killer deal for anyone overseas. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.